Both Israel and Hamas say they will stop military operations in Gaza this morning for 3 hours to allow humanitarian supplies to be delivered. CBS News correspondent Richard Roth is on the Israeli-Gaza border with the story. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Julie. The announcement came first from the Israelis, who say that for a few hours each day now, its military will hold fire in a pre-announced part of Gaza to allow the establishment of a so-called humanitarian corridor for aid. Trucks full of food, water, medical supplies, and fuel started moving after waiting for weeks on Israel's side of the Gaza border. The Israeli government now says for a few hours each day on a designated route, it should be safe for them to travel.
The idea of the humanitarian corridors is to meet the needs of the people of the Gaza Strip, the civilian population, to allow for a flow of both foodstuffs and medicines inside the Gaza Strip so they'll reach the people we want them to reach.
Outrage over the Israeli shelling of a UN school in Gaza, where hundreds of Palestinians had taken refuge, may have helped motivate the humanitarian gesture. Israel says it was returning fire from Hamas militants inside the school compound. But the death of more than 40 people and pictures of the horrific aftermath clearly added to the sense of urgency. It doesn't mean the conflict stopped in Gaza, where Israeli attacks continue, or in Israel, where this morning Hamas rockets continued to fall on communities here in the south. But Hamas now says it too will respect the 3-hour lull in firing, sending rockets to Israel. It will stop that during the same period of time. Even so, Gaza is still a battle zone, and getting the aid there is just one part of the problem. The roads are blocked and bombed and dangerous, both for those who are delivering the aid and, more importantly, for those who are so desperate to receive it. Harry?
Richard Roth on the Gaza-Israeli border this morning. Thanks so much. Just how dire the situation is can be described this morning by Dr. Mats Gilbert, a doctor treating the wounded at Shifa Hospital in Gaza. Let me just get this clear, because you just said all of the casualties that you have seen in that hospital are civilian casualties.
We came in on New Year's from Rafah, and from that day until now, we have been living and working in the hospital. And I can count the number of fighters that I've seen on my left hand. 3, 2, maybe 2 or 3. Of course, there are fighters in a war, but in this hospital, we are receiving civilian casualties, and I've been treating a large number, unfortunately, of children and women. Yesterday, we had children, large amount, very severe injuries, and I had children dying between my hands. This is undoubtedly a disaster which is hitting the civilian Palestinian population in Gaza, no doubt.
What is the most important thing people outside Gaza should understand about what is going on inside that territory?
You need to understand that this is a territory very, very small, with 1.5 million people who cannot flee anywhere. They cannot move. Unlike other wars, civilians can flee away. The civilians in Gaza are completely locked in.
Dr. Mats Gilbert, we thank you for your time. We will let you get back to work. Thank you.